Welcome back to Jamming Games. I am Steven, he is Wyatt. Watching Queen on our left play Hardened Scales, Aaron on the right play Humans. Now, I don't know if you've played this matchup before, Wyatt.
Humans versus Hardened Scales? Oh, it's terrible, right?
It's 0%. Like, Aaron is a plucky guy who's got a good outlook on life and a lovely girlfriend, and I'm sure he's going to have nothing but the best things happen. And he says this matchup is not that bad, and I think he's just lying to himself and to me, because there's no fucking way.
Because you've played this matchup?
This matchup is misery.
There's an animation module. Like, what is Humans supposed to do about that?
I don't know. So Aaron gets the choice of taking
an animation
another animation module, but the first animation module has already done the damage.
That's an Arcbound Ravager. I like that card.
I like that card too.
It hasn't seen play in a long time. It's so hard to play around it.
Not enough decks are playing that card. Yeah. Arcbound Ravager is crazy. So here's the Zabaz, the Glimmerwasp.
God, how do you know what that's called?
Because I fucking fear Hardened Scales. I dream about it at night, and I just like this matchup is one of the reasons I stopped playing Humans. It is dire.
What's he do? What's Zabaz do?
He says if you modular an additional counter.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Is there the Arcbound?
What?
Is there the Arcbound on the battlefield?
There is not one on the board.
No, I mean like when next turn there will be an Arcbound.
Yeah, the text on the card does say that. So here's the Thalia. Queen getting to play this thing with two counters, because modular is what puts the counter on it to begin with, paying a mana to get an additional servo.
It's cool.
It is pretty tight, bro.
And then Arcbound's ability to sack a thing, does it say sack a thing modular or sack a thing put a counter on it?
Sack a thing, put a counter on it.
Okay.
But when it dies, it has modular.
Yes.
So there's a lot of like
nuance.
Yeah.
What's Zabaz's other abilities?
Pay red, destroy an artifact you control. Pay white, it gains flying until end of turn.
Okay.
I am 16% sure
Block,
those are
sack
correct.
it to that, put a counter on it.
Yep. So Aaron has a flying blocker.
That's like also pretty good.
The Ozolith is such a piece of shit. It should not work the way that it does.
You don't like
I
how
cannot
the
stand the card. I am upset. So Queen Pondering and Ancient Stirrings here. Aaron is cards up, so he's going to pay 2 for that. Picks up a... Well, what do you pick up?
Sure. Second Arcbound makes combat math impossible.
Can't cast it this turn. I think he's short of land.
Maybe. I guess you could always take land, cast Walking Ballista on 1. That's also like a pretty huge threat. That has to be answered immediately.
Yeah.
Take an Ozolith.
Take the Ozolith.
The card you hate.
An additional land. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. Why would you put the counters on it and on the creature?
What do you mean?
So like, let's say you have a creature with 5 counters on it.
Yeah.
If you sack this Ravager with 5 counters, you get to take the counters from the Ravager, put them on something else, and then you also put 5 counters on the Ozolith.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because it had counters, but...
It had, right.
You just don't like it, huh?
No, disagree.
Block, sack it.
I accuse Queen of cheating every time we play.
Do you?
They're to throw him out of the fucking store if he keeps this match. You know?
Arcbound plus animation model is pretty cute. You can sack the thing every turn to pay a thing to make another thing.
It's really cool. The deck is just like a cool pile of synergistic threats that can win out of almost nowhere.
I miss old Affinity.
Yeah.
I used to play Affinity in 2014. I guess that's when it was. So
we're sacking, this is kind of a weird end-around play, sacking the Zabaz to put its modular counter on Walking Ballista. Playing an Ozolith. It costs 2 of your mana. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, he's good with it.
Queen begrudgingly pays. I don't know if it's actually begrudging, but I was miffed. So this...
Walking Ballista's on 2, though. Shouldn't it be on 3?
No, because Zabaz died.
Oh, because modular is on the stack. It doesn't... Okay. It's not a death trigger, it's a...
Yep, Queen attacking with his 6/6.
It's a weird trigger.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
So block with the servo, sack the servo, make a servo, lose a life, get some more counters on this.
Wow, he's going to just shoot him to death with a Walking Ballista, huh?
There's also he has a, what's it called down here?
Inkmoth.
I think
his opponent has flying, though, so...
Oh, what? What'd you say? Couldn't quite hear you over that. All right, so we're sacking all these things. Look at this. It's going to end up with that guy has way more too many counters than it needs.
Way more too many counters than it needs.
Way more too many. There comes that guy for 10 of the infects. That's enough to kill this.
Infect.
I'm going to say that Aaron's the protagonist here.
Yeah.
Playing a deck I believe in. No.
Queen's the antagonist?
Yeah, this is definitely Queen is the aggressor here. All right, Aether Vial into Hardened Scales. Hardened Scales, that card it's like one more counter. You know what I mean? You're 1/1. Instead of becoming a 2/2, it's a 3/3. It's just like you wouldn't think it'd be that good, but it absolutely is. It is so good. Did you get 2 counters on this? No, just 1. And an Ozolith, buddy. Zabaz coming in with 2 counters.
Wait, does it modular not see itself?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be a 1-mana 2/2 then.
Yes, it would.
I need to see the wording on that, the way that thing...
Honestly, they put a bunch of words on the card.
Yeah.
Somebody was getting paid by the letter, and they said, well...
Somebody's a big Hardened Scales fan, and they're just like, we need another card.
I feel like some of the cards in Modern Horizons 2 were specifically made to make specific archetypes good.
I agree.
They're like, this card makes this one go.
This card makes this one go.
People don't use Urza Saga. I haven't seen someone make a token with Urza Saga all day. And people are just like using it as a mana source for 2 turns.
Usually when I play it, I almost exclusively make tokens.
I do too. I play a different deck.
I guess so. We both play different
And these decks, finding the right 1-cost artifact is probably better. Especially with Adam and with Queen.
Yeah. They're like, they usually don't have the mana to spare to make the construct.
Yeah. So everybody going pretty wide here.
Yeah, this is like a crazy board. Oh, well, there's Reflector Mage.
Weird interactions with Reflector Mage. Kind of have to pick what you're going to do.
Die? Is all of a death trigger or it leaves the battlefield?
Leaves the battlefield trigger.
Yeah, that's cute.
I believe that Aaron becomes aware of the nuances of this card right now.
Yeah.
I do not believe he was aware of how that worked right prior to this.
So that leaves, they just go there.
Yep. Back to hand here.
Questions it for a second. Wait, does the transfer to the Ozolith count as getting counters put on it for Hardened Scales?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, it does. So when you have a couple things to transfer counters back and forth, they start growing every single time. And
this Zabaz is pretty big.
Yeah, no, the Zabaz is very, very large. It can also, it gained its ability for red mana, which it didn't have prior to this Magus and the Moon coming down.
Oh.
Queen was kind of just trying to decide if he cared about the Magus.
He has Forest.
I think it's worse for Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you are Aaron and you get there just in the nick of time, you can sling Queen with these Maguses. But I believe here it's not doing very much.
You also get to Ozolith onto the Zabaz. You're on white mana, I guess, but... I mean, it's still huge.
It's still very big, yes.
And you have an Arcbound that's a 3/3.
Queen is at a compromised life total, though. So you don't have infinite attacks.
I guess it's there. There's a Thalia on the board, too. Or Thalia's Lieutenant, I guess, specifically.
I'm 100% right about what Zabaz does.
Yeah?
I'm the smartest guy on Earth.
All right. Well, here's a Walking Ballista. And it has 7 counters on it all of a
7
sudden.
of them, huh? Wow. Yeah, so I think that Aaron bouncing that...
Walking Ballista earlier?
Yeah, he wasn't aware that, you know...
I mean, like, what's your other target? Like, all the targets had 2...
I don't know. You just go
counters on
home,
them?
you stop trying, and you leave, and you say, thanks, guys, I tried my best. That's the play.
This matchup's 0%?
I do not like this matchup. Because Queen's creature... And God forbid Queen plays a fucking Hangarback Walker. Like, what are you ever going to do? Like
Queen will block for the next 20 turns.
Yeah, you will never get damaged through again. It's over. You tried so hard. It just didn't work out, man. I'm sorry. So Queen, I like this, the dice below it to represent a trigger putting dice counters on.
Does it not immediately go to Ozolith, though?
It goes both. So there was
But is there an Ozolith trigger?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's some question. I don't know where exactly we are, but a lot of pointing.
I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen.
All right, and so Walking Ballista is shooting these things down.
It's just going to kind of kill as much as it can, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe leave the Magus, I guess, now that he's off of...
Yes, I
you
would
have
so
2 Aether Vials.
It doesn't... The Magus is a dead card. It depends on whether or not you want to draw a card off of this. Darksteel Citadel, oddly enough, remains an artifact.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It comes up a lot in our store. I don't know why. I've had to answer that question a lot.
I know. I don't know why that's like the most important thing, but it happens a lot. So can't recast this Ballista.
What's the other card in your hand? I'm very curious. Are you not? Is Ozolith legendary?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so like
Queen only plays 3 Ozoliths for that reason, I believe.
Ooh, Walking Ballista on 2. Move to combat for the Ozolith.
All right.
11.
Walking Ballista on 11. Here comes.
I don't think humans can beat this.
No, human. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling everybody. You can't beat it. The deck is gosh, it's a mess.
Zabaz doesn't have flying. It looks like it should. but it can gain flying. It's a very weird card.
Yes, it is. And he can sack artifacts he controls now for red.
Because he has 3 mountains.
Correct.
I think this game is over. I think the Walking Ballista on 11 has really turned the corner for Queen.
Yeah. I mean, Aaron does have a 7/7 Basilisk Lieutenant. Here's the Hardened Scales.
Is it the Walking Ballista?
It's a Hangarback Walker. Perfect. Exactly what you need.
Hangarback is so good in those mid-range matchups.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to make it further in the game.
So 2 chump blocks here. All right.
An attack for 1 with the Aether Vial.
It might as well be. Just let it happen, dude. You're so far ahead.
Sack the Thalia's Lieutenant to move the counters to the
Shoot it.
Mantis Rider.
Yeah. It's just like, all right.
The Phyrexian Core or whatever.
So Phyrexia's Core does something important. It puts a...
Sack an artifact, move everything over.
Oh, so it just makes it this guy lethal. So, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, because it
so
puts it
big.
on the Ozolith too. You see, like, that doesn't seem correct. All right. That kills Aaron. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the finals.